Hey YouTube, Sweetknives here. Thanks for checking out a video, guys. I gotta just jump right to it. I am showing you one of the rarest Benchmades ever created, ever. And chances are you'll never see another one of these ever again. This is the only review of this knife on YouTube, and I have not seen it anywhere else. And I was fortunate enough, one of my friends sent this one to me and said, hey, I got something pretty special here. I want you to take a look at it. And here we are. So let me show you this. This is actually one of the rarest Benchmades ever made, ever. Benchmade 780 Access Linerless. First production. It says 108 out of 1,000. We know for a fact, there were maybe 30 to 40 of these were ever shipped, and I'll tell you why in just a second. I'm going to open this up and I'm going to show you the knife. This here was designed by none other than Warren Osborne. And what made this knife so special was it had no liners. And you can see the mechanism there. You can actually see the spring. This utilized a completely different, just a completely different process. So one of the things that made this knife as unique as it was it absolutely had no liners. And so one of the things that I wanted to kind of highlight was what happened and why did this happen, and just kind of go into it, because there's just not many of these out there. So this is what I know. Like I said, between 30 and 40 of these were actually shipped prior to the knife being discontinued. And the reason why was because Benchmade had a lot of production issues. They were using what they call a new MIM process, which stands for metal injection molding. And it was a learning lesson for them, because as the scales cooled, some of the actual handles would warp beyond their tolerances. And so that was the reason that many serial numbers were actually skipped. And, you know, they only, nobody knows exactly how many they made, but we kind of have it broken down. We think that about 30 prototypes were shipped out. We think that there were 10 known unmarked ones, and we think that there were maybe 100 known production models. So if you ever see this particular knife somewhere, you know that it's extremely rare. I'm going to zoom in a little bit just to give you kind of the up close looks. You can see Benchmade 780. That's a look at the blade. That's a look at the access lock, and you notice that's a different type of a access lock, and then inside you can kind of get a look for how that appears. Just a really neat looking knife. And a lot of you guys are kind of hawks, so you know what's going on here. This was actually the precursor to the Barrage, the 580, and the 581. And I actually have a 581. I'm gonna this is one from my collection. I'm gonna show you, you know, the similarities here. So you can see, you can kind of get a sense for the similarities. Now, obviously, the 581 has liners. The 780 does not. So that's a look. The 580 is very similar to the 581, which I'm showing here. I just don't have a 580, but they just use a different handle material and different blade steel. But that's kind of a look just at some of the differences there in the handle design. If anybody has more information about this knife here, let us know. We are really interested to learn more about it. We don't claim to know. I actually called Benchmade and they didn't have any information. I know I got somebody, I'm sure somebody there knows, but the people I was able to talk to didn't give me a lot of information. They really just didn't say anything, but based on all my research and everything, I was able to, figure it out. But what a cool knife, completely different handles, no liners, and it's a magnificent piece that was released to the public in very, very small quantities. And this would have been from right around 2004, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So these were made right around 2004. Curious what you guys think, or if you know anything about it. There's just not a lot of information out there, but that's pretty much it. So I just wanted to show you guys. I think this is really, really a special knife. Not many of them made. Not many. I mean, that's just such a unique design. You think of all the different lock mechanisms that Benchmade makes, and that Warren designed. It's just, there's just nothing else like it. So really, 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 really cool knife. And yeah, that's pretty much it. One you will not see probably ever again. Benchmade 780 linerless. So there you got it, folks. Thanks for checking it out. Leave a like if you like what you saw here, and check out that back on that. Isn't that awesome? Really, really nice knife. I like it a lot. Thanks for checking it out, and have yourself a excellent day.